Grade 7, The Valley of Fear by Arthur Conan Doyle, Act 1, Scene 3. Read aloud. For more videos on the same topic and many other novels and play scripts, please subscribe my channel, Learners on Board. Scene 3, 221B Baker Street, 1895, The Sitting Room. Holmes is looking at two notes while Watson finishes breakfast at a table. Holmes, looking up. Imagine a pilot fish with a shark, Watson, or a jackal with a lion. My correspondent is the jackal. The lion is Professor Moriarty. Watson. Moriarty, the famous scientific criminal? Holmes, the greatest schemer of all time, the organizer of every devilry, the controlling brain of the underworld. Watson, how is he still at liberty if he is such a Napoleon of crime? Holmes, that's the genius of it. Watson, even to call him criminal is libel. Watson, you can't prove anything against him? Holmes, not yet. He's too cunning to be easily snared. But Professor Moriarty sits at one end of a chain, with 100 broken fighting men, pickpockets and blackmailers at the other, and with every sort of crime in between. Watson, a chain is only as strong as its weakest link. Holmes, showing Watson the notes. That's what I believed I had here. An informant within Moriarty's organization. Watson, looking at the signature. Fred Pollock. Holmes, an assumed name. Watson, you don't know who he is? Holmes, I promised not to trace him and I always keep faith, indicating one of the notes. This note came first. What do you make of it? Watson, referring to the note. 534 C213. Then some more numbers. The word Douglas spelt out. Burlstone and yet more numbers. What is it, Holmes? Holmes, judging from Pollock's past communications, I would say a warning of some crime about to occur. Watson, but it is ciphered. Can you understand what he means? Holmes, it is obviously a book cipher. The numbers refer to the words on a particular page. Watson, then why are Douglas and Burlstone written out? Holmes, clearly because they are not to be found on the page in question. Referring to the notes. 534 C2. Page 534. The second column, I imagine. Watson, but which book? Why doesn't he say? Holmes, for greater security, he meant to send the name in a second. Separate note. Showing Watson the second note. I hoped this, which came just now, would make everything clear. Watson, reading. Dear Mr. Holmes, I will go no further in this matter. It is too dangerous. He suspects me. Please burn the cipher message, which can now be of no use to you. Fred Pollock. Holmes, he is of course Professor Moriarty. Watson, it's pretty maddening to think an important secret lies in your grasp, and yet you have no way of understanding it. Holmes, thoughtfully, putting the two notes on the table. I wonder, what indications to the book do we have? Watson, none. Holmes, well, it is surely not quite so bad as that. Pollock must have had a copy himself and assumed that I could find one easily. So it is a common book. Watson, well, yes. Holmes, and if it has at least 534 pages, it is also a large book. Watson, triumphantly, the Bible. Holmes, good, Watson, good. But not, if I may say so, Quite good enough. Watson. Disappointed. Oh, Holmes. The Bible is hardly likely to lie at the elbow of one of Moriarty's associates. Besides, each edition of the Bible is paginated differently. We need a book that is the same everywhere. Watson. Bradshaw? Holmes. The vocabulary of a railway timetable is limited. It doesn't lend itself to sending out general messages, nor does a dictionary for that matter. What does that leave us with? Watson. An almanac. What about Whitaker's almanac? Holmes. Excellent. Let's put our theory to the test. He finds the almanac and opens it on the table next to the cipher message. Page 534, column 2, the 13th word is there. Watson. That sounds promising. Holmes. Excited. Write this down. Watson. Watson. Certainly. He writes in a notebook following Holmes' dictation. Holmes. Deciphering. There is danger may come soon to Douglas at Burlstone House, Burlstone Pressing. Mrs. Hudson enters. Mrs. Hudson. Inspector MacDonald to see you, sir. Holmes. Show him in, Mrs. Hudson. Mrs. Hudson goes off. I have generally found Alec MacDonald one of the more tolerable members of the detective force. Watson. Burlstone. The name sounds familiar. Holmes. It's a village in North Sussex, 10 or 12 miles to the west of Tunbridge Wells. Mrs. Hudson shows MacDonald in, then goes out again. MacDonald. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Holmes. You are an early bird, Mr. Mac. Watson. We have only just finished breakfast. Can we offer you anything? MacDonald. No, thank you, doctor. I'm in something of a hurry. Holmes. Intrigued. I fear this means that there is some mischief afoot. MacDonald. If you said hope instead of fear, it would be nearer the truth. I'm thinking, Mr. Holmes. Watson. And you want some assistance? MacDonald. It would be most appreciated. He breaks off as he sees the notebook on the table. Astonished. Douglas. Burlstone. It's witchcraft. Where in the name of all that is wonderful did you get those names? Holmes. It is a cipher that Dr. Watson and I have had occasion to solve. But why? What's amiss with the names? MacDonald. Just this. Mr. Douglas of Burlstone Manor House was horribly murdered this morning. Holmes, MacDonald, and Watson exit. For more videos on the same topic and many other novels and play scripts, please subscribe my channel, Learners on Board. Thank you for watching.